the leftover crud. And it's fairly solid in the bottom. I've decided what I'm going to do. My desedimented wash. It's really thick, and it is very similar after being fermented to the molasses that went in. The thickness, it is really, really like syrup when it goes into this thing. So you're going to get scorching, burning. Stainless steel means it should be able to scrub out. What I'm going to do, I've decided, I'm going to put it all through at least twice the air still. I'm going to put it through once, collect it all in my little bucket, my little improvised pipe. Then I'm going to put it through again. It means I will probably end up with a litre, maybe a bit more, from my 30 quid experiment, which might end up being 60 quid's worth of electric. It's an experiment, fuck it. If you think what it costs for a takeaway, or, you know, you can go to the cinema for a couple of people, you're talking the same money. So, yeah, 17 days after I started, getting near the end-ish. One last little thing, when I was doing the white and brown sugar runs, I didn't bother using anything else in the still, like people put in marbles, people put in like little ceramic, this stone, and they put in this other stuff. This stuff. Come on, focus, whatever the hell it is. Distiller's conditioner. What this stuff does, apparently, another unknown chemical, is it reduces the chance of it frothing up and bubbling out, which is kind of essential when you're dealing with the syrup, which is basically what this is. It is a syrup. I mean, that in there, it's pretty syrupy rather than watery. So the white and brown sugar mixes, washes, I didn't bother with anything extra. This one, I got my little stone chips in there. I got some that distiller stuff in there. So hopefully it won't be too messy. Fortunately, because I've only got about 13 litres, 14, 15, whatever, in that bucket, I can lift it by hand and pour it straight in. Yeah, I got visions of it going all over the fucking walls. Okay, looky, my cheap brain. I'm not using my pressure cooker as a still, although you could quite easily. All I'm doing is, I did some noodles. There's still a lot of heat in the hot plate, so I figured I may as well put it on there, even if it only warms that 5 litres by 2 or 3 degrees. That's going to save me at least £1 in my electric bill. So I'm not going to cook it, I'm just going to like get it a bit warmer than room temperature. Little cheap tip. The time difference between leaving the molasses for the extra hour and a half whilst I was doing the first 4 litres in the still, there's even more crud left at the bottom. I would suggest, if you're doing molasses on its own as a mix, as a wash, after you finish fermenting it, give it 2 to 3 weeks to ferment, and then let it sit for a month. I shit you not, a month, because there was so much crap coming out. It is so much where it doesn't separate. Even when it's fermented, it doesn't separate. I'm putting it through the still. I diluted the first like half litre down to like 35%. But that is all I got out of a 25 litre wash. I got 4 litres, pretty much. And it's looking a little bit yellowish. Where's my magnifying glass? Modern technology. That, if my eyesight wants to work, it's 40%. So, I left it. Because I'm going to put it straight back through the still. I left it running longer than I would normally have done. just to make sure I get the alcohol out of it. So I've got 40% alcohol and about 4 litres out of a 25-litre wash, which is pretty abysmal, really. So what I'm going to do, because that flavour, I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I only had like little bits yesterday when I was just checking to see if it was finished in the still. And yet this morning at 4 o'clock, I still got that fucking taste in my mouth. And it's not nice. Yeah, it's a really... Yeah, it's, even though it's been through the still and it's had 3 days to sit and settle, it's still got that really, really... If you were to put spices and sugar in, it would probably taste like rum. But as it is on its own, I'm doing things to pure form first, so that I know what the base flavour tastes like before you modify it. So with this, if you were to add spices and sugar, it would taste like rum. But as it is on its own, it's too much effort, honestly. When you think I can make the brown sugar wash in 4 days, and I can distill it without any grief at all, without scoring the absolute crap out of my still, I mean, I can clean it. But because of the damage to my tendons, gripping things to scrub is extremely fucking painful. Don't think I'm going to be doing molasses again. I am going to put this back through the still, because I got about a gallon of it. So I'm going to put that back through the still, and what I'm also going to do is boil up the carbon filter, because I got a load of them, and I'm going to put it through a carbon filter, because it's all right, but that aftertaste is not nice. I mean, it really shows you the difference between making something with the pure ingredients and the stuff you get in the supermarket. The stuff you buy in the shops, like my favourite is lamb's navy rum. But yet you can really tell how diluted it is in flavour when the aftertaste of lamb's is gone within 2 or 3 minutes. You know, you apart from the alcohol, you would think you haven't actually drunk anything. Whereas this, the flavour is still there 24 hours later. So yeah, they dilute the flavour a lot in these mass-produced supermarket brands.